fans, for the first time since 1984, Spurs are in this competition showpiece.
World of Sport 360 from Trust TV. Adeniyi G. Shafe. What a moment there. Manchester United, they face all Sport at the final Europa League, and right now both teams from England, they've been able to make it, and now they are happy. They made it to the final of this competition at the expense of the teams they've actually faced there. Well, for Manchester, against all, no one saw that coming, that they were able to at least defeat the team, Athletic Club, who will be hosting the final, funny enough. And also, for Tottenham Hotspur, defeating Bodo Glimt, of course, expectations should be in their favor. But right now, both will be meeting at the final. Well, we Postecoglou's word come to pass that he always wins something. That's the statement. He always wins trophy or title or something at the end or at the second stanza of him signing for any club. Well, we wait to see that happening at the final of this competition coming up there. Looking at the first story, UEFA Europa League, the result of the semi-final second leg, where United actually won 4-1 against Athletic Club, making it 7-1 on aggregate. What a game there. Bodo Glimt, they lost at home against Tottenham Hotspur. We just saw that clip where they have 5-1 on aggregate to make it to the final. So right now, Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur actually making it there. Well, in the studio with me to talk this hour, Joseph Peter is here, even though there's no time to talk Arsenal today. Let's talk Man United getting to qualify for this final, and also Tottenham Hotspur making it to the final.
It will interest you that I do not actually want to talk about Arsenal. I've talked enough, and nobody is listening. So I will keep my opinion to myself and wait for next season.
Good one.
Now, talking about Man United, that's a good win. United as a club has gone through a lot, recently in the recent seasons. But one thing they've managed to do is win a trophy, no matter how bad it is. There's this, gray area they always take advantage of, and they use that to win trophy. And as you can see, they are in another final of the second most important competition in Europe, UEFA Cup, despite all the troubles. I mean, it's I don't know how they do it, but it's beautiful to see, and that tells you what football is all about. This competition, and even the Champions League, the broader competition, is going to be won by probably the teams that are not actually doing well. And usually it used to be like that a lot of times. So I'll not be surprised if Man United go on and win the competition, although it's an all-English affair, and there is the jinx of Postecoglou doing so bad in the league, almost as much as United, but then also in the final to win a trophy in his second season, like he said it, and it's really coming to pass. The thing is, come this final, you can't even predict. Nobody is sure about who would win this particular final, right? As it stands like this, because the two teams, you don't know what to expect from both of them. Their coaches don't even know what to expect from both of them. But somehow those coaches managed and took them to the finals of a European competition. It's a very good one, very, very good one.
Well, right now, a player, while he was in Chelsea, his name is Mason Mount, and right now Mount has become, he did well yesterday, you can't take that away. Looking at that player, no one expected him to do so well while he was in Chelsea. What can you say?
Yeah, when he was in Chelsea, he was good. I don't know why Chelsea sold him as at that time, but he was one of those prospects. Not even he was better than a prospect, because he was doing quite well for them.
He was quite popular.
Yeah, he was quite popular with the fans. They loved him. Then he was sold to United, but he didn't pick up immediately. And I would like to think, injury was part of the problems that slowed him down. We all know what Mason Mount can do. We know the seasons that he did a lot of things for Chelsea. So it's just him replicating what he used to do before. If he can put a bit of consistency into it, then it will definitely help Man United and help him as a player.
We're talking about Amorim as a coach. When it comes to England, Premier League, they are not doing well, just like Tottenham Hotspur. But this man has been able to find his way in this competition. And
that's what makes him a good coach. Finding solution, finding your way through difficulties. You probably want to think about him and comparing with Arteta, and then you begin to think Arteta should have found his way through his injuries also, but he didn't. Also, but that's another topic for another day. Just to tell you how good Amorim is, and that kind of depict the picture for me of what he would in the future turn this United team into if given the time and the resources that he desires, because he's a very, very good coach. There's no doubt about that because of what he has done with Sporting Lisbon.
Well, we continue to talk about the Europa League right now. Let's talk talking about Europa. Europa competition this season has at least brought some joy to some teams like Manchester United and also Tottenham Hotspur. Well, the coach Postecoglou said, in the second season, is always winning trophy.
And he did in Scotland. He did from where he left from Scotland to go to Scotland. Now he's in England, and this is his second season. And he is so much under pressure because it's almost like the whole fans and the management of Liverpool are waiting for him to fail so that they would sack him. And even as it stands, he's not sure that if he wins the Europa Cup, he would still remain the coach of Tottenham Hotspur. Because be it as it may that they may end up winning the Europa Cup, at the end, the management and the fans of Tottenham value the qualification to Champions League and, being up there on top of the Premier League table than, that particular trophy. And you know what is even appalling with this whole situation is the fact that this is a Tottenham team that is always been accused of not winning things and haven't won really any major trophy for a very long time. Now there's a coach that is about to guide you, through his own skills and ability to a Europa Cup. But something still tells me that the CEO would still go ahead and sack this man at the end of the season. They did that to Mourinho. So who is Postecoglou that they won't do that to? So, kudos to him. What I like about him winning Europa Cup is just making sure that his words come true. Proving it to the world that really he is all about winning trophies in first or second seasons.
Okay, now as it is right now, the battle line is between Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur at the final that will be coming up. And right now, well, the big one is the fact that let's have it there, Manchester United Tottenham final. That's going to be in Bilbao. Well, unfortunately, the team that will be hosting them will not be there anymore.
Football will always do the opposite of what everybody thinks. That's one thing with football.
A lot of people were tipping Atletico.
Everybody believe, okay, Atletico Bilbao will be the final bus stop of Man United. Look at how it went down. Completely the opposite. 7-1 on aggregate. That's a lot of goals against Athletic Bilbao that gives problem to Barcelona, Real Madrid.
I just hope Manchester United have not scored the goals in the final and scored in this particular first and second leg.
The truth is, if I should stake my money on this, I actually will stake it on United winning the trophy than I would on
Tottenham Hotspur. Well, we wait to see. Well, football can be so unbelievable at times. Where you think it won't go there, and at times actually answer your call. But right now, Manchester United, both of them against Tottenham Hotspur, going to Bilbao, where the final will be happening for the Europa Cup this season. Well, it's all England affair. Let's look at what happened at the final of that game there. Well, good one there, taking you through the second tier of UEFA competition called UEFA Europa League. And now let's go to the third tier, UEFA Conference League. Let's look at the result of the second leg that took place just yesterday. Chelsea, of course, they've done the business in the first leg, 4. They won 4-1 in the first leg, away to Joe Garden, while the second leg right now in London, they won 1-0 to make it 5-1, just the icing on the cake. And also Fiorentina 2-2 against Real Betis, actually won on aggregate 4-3. What a game there for the Fiorentina Real Betis. Whoever will call it, at least attention was on maybe whoever will win will be able to at least give Chelsea, especially Fiorentina, could give Chelsea tough time.
Yes, that's what is expected, that either of them would be a problem for Chelsea, but not exactly strong enough to eliminate Chelsea, because Chelsea is an English team, for one, that is up there with the rest of the English team, even though on the league table they are not. They are even close to the top at the league table, because they are among the top 5. And you could argue that Real Betis are around there too, but Real Betis are not as good. They don't have the players that Chelsea have. I don't think one-on-one, you could compare. If you look at the Betis team,
Anthony, Isco, those guys stands out.
Those are the only two that stands out. If you take Anthony into the Chelsea team, maybe you want to do a combined 11, based on his
Man United record or
no,
Real
based on
Betis
his
record?
recent performance, he probably is a bit ahead of Madueke, just a little bit ahead of, because Madueke too has been scoring goals and is doing well, right? Now, if you talk about Isco, then maybe Isco goes straight into the team, right? But do Betis have a kind of player like Palmer. They don't have a player like Palmer. Their striker is not as good as Jackson Martinez, and he hasn't scored goal as much as Jackson Martinez did. There is no Enzo Fernandez comparison.
You mean?
Nicolas Jackson. There is no player like Enzo Fernandez in that midfield of Real Betis. He's a very, very good player. And just compare it. Cucurella on the other, a lot of Chelsea players would be in that 11 than Betis players. And then when it comes to experience, a lot of Chelsea players are also there. So for me, Chelsea remain the favorite, and they don't have any excuse not to win this competition. Because if they don't win this competition, we are going to come, especially we, the Arsenal fans that didn't win anything, we are going to come back.
When somebody wrote a book for you guys, you saw that book when somebody said how to send lightning to those who turned Arsenal.
I'll definitely buy that book, read it, so I'll send thunder.
Funny enough, I don't think that book is available. But seriously, it was a way of bantering Arsenal, because a particular fan actually made a meme of that particular performance of Arsenal by saying how to taunt those who are actually, how to send lightning rather, those who taunt Arsenal. What a way to go. They're talking about Chelsea. They should be able to scoop this Conference League. They've tried for this competition so far. Let's talk about Chelsea really. This season, they may not be where they want to be by saying they won the league or thereabout, but at least they're among the top in England when it comes to Premier League. And then this Europa Conference has been kind of, even though they didn't play at the bigger stage, this third tier where they are playing has been a blessing to them. That there is an inch of, okay, there is hope that they're going to lift this.
You see, there's no denying the fact that Chelsea have improved from what they were last season. They have improved a lot based on their position also on the league table, and the fact that they are in a competition and they are about to win that competition, and they are the likely, suspect to win that competition. And, a lot of factors made people to believe that Chelsea are not going to do well this season. If you look back at their performances and the way the team is in disarray, too many players, about 45 registered players. We're talking 8-10 goalkeepers in one football club. But Maresca came in, did a size up, reduced the size of the squad, sent some people away and told them he's never going to use them again. And then the ones that he kept, he made sure that he found a playing style for them. Chelsea were in the discussion of the league up until December. So yeah, it's a very, very successful season. As far as I'm concerned, for Chelsea, they have improved. They are better than where they were last season. And even on the league table, it reflects that they are going to make it to the Champions League if they win their next 2 matches. So yeah, it's a good season. And to cap it up with that European competition, fantastic.
Well, hopefully Chelsea will actually scope this. They've tried their best to see how they would do well in this competition. Talking about the UEFA Europa Conference League there. Right now, talking about another player, Anthony. Anthony has done well since he moved to Real Betis. It seems his career has been revived after that performance from Manchester United. Anthony is doing well, and right now we just have to give kudos to him. The goal he scored really deserved mention. He did well. Anthony seems to have gotten his groove back since he moved to Real Betis.
And you know what I'm worried about? He has gotten his groove back. He's doing so well. Now maybe Man United will be thinking, Amorim will be thinking, call him back. Let him stay.
It's just let all those guys are left to stay where they are.
It's better. I mean, I've seen this. Let them just go on with their lives and move to another club, and maybe where they are right now, they should stay there and make it work. There's no point when you have had a turbulent season and now you've found a place where it's all working out, then suddenly you just want to walk away from there and go to a bigger stage. It's not wise. You should test yourself and keep doing well for at least 2 seasons before you move, so that familiarity will not come and disturb your pattern of play. So I really recommend that if it were for me, Anthony would stay where he is right now.
I think that the same thing should go for Rashford. I still don't know why Rashford is eyeing Barcelona, because right now he's a king already in Aston Villa. Let him continue to enjoy that instead of going to a place where you could be not even a chief. You could be
not even a village.
The ones having the food there. Anyway, from there, let's listen to Maresca Enzo, the coach of Chelsea, after that particular win. A good one for Chelsea. They're riding a roller coaster this season. Will they continue? Let's listen to him after that game.
And then we see.
Enzo Maresca there, at least saying some things about his team. They want to win the title and they really want to scoop it, get something this season. That would be nice for the Blues there. Taking you through Europa and also Conference League. Right, let's come back to Nigeria and talk about our own sporting moment. This time around, we go to Delta State. Delta State government deeming it fit to see that, okay, Delta Queens Football Club needs to go down. They want to restructure that team for the fact that they didn't perform well. Looking at the story, Delta State government dissolved entire structure of Delta Queens FC. Well, for the likes of Delta Queens, when you look at how they've been playing their antecedent in Nigerian Women Football League, they are one of the biggest teams. But this season, in fact, they could not make the top 6. They struggled and struggled to be in their group. Well, right now, the Delta State government are deeming fit to at least relieve everyone of their duties, and now they don't mind starting again. Let's look at the letter. Yeah, that's the letter there. The dissolution of Delta Queens Football Club structure. The Delta State Government Sports Commission hereby announces the dissolution of the entire structure of Delta Queens Football Club, including the management board, technical crew, and playing personnel. This decision, effective immediately, is part of a strategic restructuring plan aimed at repositioning the club for greater efficiency, professionalism, and in competitive performance in the Nigerian Women Football League. A new management and technical structure will be constituted in due course, alongside fresh player recruitment to restore the club's status as a leading force in Nigerian Women Football League. Well, that's a big one there, Joseph. Looking at this, before Joseph will talk, let's have a look at the table where Delta Queens really, where they ended this season. Look at it, Delta Queens sixth on the table, which is not normal domain for them.
It's not normal at all. We all know them. They are the first. Six, yes. They are the first on the table or second on the table.
Or at worst,
always third. At worst, third. They're always there, alongside Rivers Angel and dragging all the time. So but this season has been quite a different season for them. They had the Man City. How do I qualify? Kind of season where nobody was expecting it. It came out of nowhere, and they found themselves in this kind of particular situation, and that's why they are disbanding, including the players. I mean, that's kind of very strict.
I'm sure they will keep some who are outstanding.
Yeah, maybe, but they are not outrightly going to say we are going to keep you, but they would work out a new comment. Maybe the new the management will now, okay, I want this person back, I want that person back. But this is a very, very good decision as far as I'm concerned. Do whatever that makes it work. As long as it will work.
Delta State government doing that. There are 14 matches they played. I'm talking about Delta Queens. They won only 4. They drew 2. They lost 8 matches. Not the normal Delta Queens that we used to know. They struggled this season, and the government had to take at least a resolve to see how they can get a better team for that particular Queen FC, Delta Queen FC there. Well, right now, the solution is the key for them. They will come up with a new strategy to get new set of management, technical crew, and also player personnel that they'll be signing for next season. Let's see how it goes with Delta State government and also Delta Queens. From there, let's talk about Under 20 AFCON, where our team, Flying Eagles, as we speak right now, they are touched down in Ismailia. Ismailia is the city that they'll be playing. For the fact that they came second, they have to move away from Cairo. Morocco still, they are still in Cairo. Nigerian team, the Flying Eagles, touched down Ismailia ahead of Senegal quarterfinal clash. After Senegal were able to do well, right now they play Senegal on Monday. What a game coming up on Monday. Senegal defending champion. And
they're not just defending champions; they are very good. I
just hope this is not the end of the road.
Let's be hopeful. But I am not so confident. I cannot lie to you.
How confident are you? 50-50, 60-40?
I think 60-40.
For Nigeria?
No.
60?
No.
60 for Senegal?
60 for Senegal. I have to be real. I mean, I'm not here to be... I know I'm a Nigerian and I should be, positive, but this is a game of football. This is sports. The better team usually wins. And
really, Senegal, they are defending champion. This tournament too, they've been showing a lot of flashes of good performances. And now, Eagles, Flying Eagles, they defeated Tunisia. They played draw against Morocco, 0-0 draw. Then they played 2-2 against Kenya.
Even despite all those results, I had a bit of confidence that okay, they would make their way through. Just because I wasn't expecting Senegal would be the opponent. Really, I wasn't expecting. I was thinking Senegal and Morocco will be out of the way already. then maybe any other team, they can manage to go through. But in this case, they really need to go and up their antics. They need to like sit down and look at themselves on the mirror and really talk to themselves.
That we want to win.
Yeah, because everybody has to play his A game if they want to qualify to the World Cup.
Well, as it is right now, Nigeria just have to defeat Senegal there if they really want to go to the World Cup under 20, because the semi-finalists will automatically qualify. And this is the game standing between them and the World Cup. If they win this game, they qualify for semi-final and automatically they pick the ticket to the next World Cup. Right now, we need to at least surmount that big mountain ahead of us. Flying Eagles under Ali Zubairu needs to work harder, smarter, and go out there and defeat the Senegalese team. Well, on Monday will be the time where they file out. We hope they will do that and make us proud. Before we go to transfer gossip and we wrap it up, Napoli wants midfielder Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne has been a player that wants to move to Inter Miami over there in America, but right now, the joy of staying in England, rather in Europe, is actually tempting him. Napoli wants midfielder Kevin De Bruyne on a free transfer.
Now, we don't know whether if he wants them. We just know that they want him. Now, whether he would go to America or not, all will be left to all will be seen. We will see that maybe in a couple of months, maybe next month, we'll know where De Bruyne will go to.
McTominay could be doing.
McTominay, the McTominay, what's
effect.
This word? Effect. The McTominay effect. That's what they are trying to put. You know, Napoli have that. You know, they always do that.
They will get you. Look at what they did for Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia.
Exactly.
They brought there. A lot of people were like, how? And they were able to click.
Yeah, I don't know how De Laurentiis does that. He's the one that's always in charge of his transfers. He doesn't allow the coaches usually to, handle his transfers.
Okay, well, because of that, we're still talking about Napoli. Our time is almost up. Napoli are monitoring Manchester City. That's the story. Midfielder Jack Grealish. This Napoli.
And what's even more beautiful is they are on top of the league, about to win the league, and then also preparing to make their squad better ahead of Europe.
And don't be surprised, Grealish will go there now. He will pick up and be doing well.
What are you saying? We have the example already. McTominay is doing well, so why won't Grealish do well?
What's a way to end the show? 360 Sport on Trust TV alongside Joseph Peter. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Maybe you should be the next McTominay of Arsenal.
You know, one day you need to watch me play football. You would find a name and give me.
I will not name you Maguire. What's the way there? 1-0. We have to go now. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Sport is business and fitness. Thanks for watching.